this class, and today I will start the chapter 17. Okay, so in this chapter 17 you will study about the data handling. This is the name of the chapter, data handling. Okay, so open your books and then open the page number 151. Okay, then you will see this chapter on your book. So first here the word data. Okay, so what is the meaning of data? What is the meaning of the word data? है ना, हम लोग आजकल बहुत यूज करते हैं वर्ड, है ना, डेटा का यूज, डेटा हम लोग रोज खर्च करते हैं. ओके, दैट इतना जीबी उतना जीबी हर दिन इतना एमबी भी होता है ना. डेटा का तो हम लोग हमेशा बोलते रहते हैं डेटा डेटा डेटा. ओके, और आजकल डेटा खत्म हो जाता है फिर हमारा काम ही नहीं चलता है, राइट, है ना. लेकिन यहाँ पर डेटा का मतलब क्या है? ठीक है, यहाँ डेटा का मतलब क्या है? इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, इंफॉर्मेशन मीन्स दैट here in the book you are given an example. Okay, and you can read the example in the book that Mr. Gupta did a survey in a school to find out the favorite game of the students. है ना, एक कोई भी आदमी है Mr. Gupta और he surveyed in the school. Okay, he surveyed in the school. सर्वे का मतलब क्या होता है कि मतलब पता लगाना. Okay, जैसे स्कूल है, जैसे मान लो कि तुम्हारा क्लास है. Okay, you are in class 6 and suppose there are 30 students in your class. Okay, और अब क्या है, सपोज I want to know कि मतलब तुम लोगों का जो वेट है, तुम लोगों का वेट कितना है. Okay, I want to know how much is the weight of each student in your class. ठीक है, so I will ask to each student, है ना, सबको मैं पूछूंगा कि मतलब सब अपना अपना वेट बताओ. So then we will write here. Okay, here I will write in the blackboard or in the copy. Okay, I will note down that weight. Okay, सभी का वेट मैं लिखूंगा वहाँ पर. सपोज जैसे मतलब एक स्टूडेंट है जिसका नाम है A. ओके, उसका नाम A है, किसी का नाम B है, C, D, E, F. ओके, G. इस तरह से मतलब स्टूडेंट्स हैं एंड सभी का वेट पूछा और सबने बताया कि मतलब मेरा वेट है, कोई बोलता है 60 kg है. ओके, कोई बोलता है 30 kg. ओके, कोई बोलता है 25 kg है. ओके, कोई कहता है कि मेरा 35 kg है. ओके, लाइक दिस. और दूसरा कोई है सपोज 37 kg, किसी का 40 भी हो सकता है. ओके, एंड देन समवन हैज सपोज 45 kg. ओके, सो इस तरह से वेट लिखेंगे आप, राइट. अब तुम सोच रहे होगे ना कि यहाँ पर 60 तो किसी का वेट नहीं हो सकता. अगर 60 हो तो बहुत ही ओके तगड़ा होगा, राइट. सो 60 तो नहीं होगा किसी का, राइट, बट हो सकता है किसी का वेट 60 भी हो सकता है स्मार्ट क्लास में. ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ पर क्या है कि सबका हमने यहाँ पर कितना है 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, तो 7 स्टूडेंट्स का लिखा हुआ है, बट इन योर क्लास यू हैव 30 स्टूडेंट्स सपोज. ठीक है, तो सबका वेट लिखेंगे यहाँ पर. देन जो मतलब डेटा हमारे पास है, मतलब सबका वेट हमें पता है. नाउ हियर वी नो द वेट ऑफ ईच स्टूडेंट्स हियर. सो दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज कॉल्ड डेटा. ओके, इसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं डेटा. तो हमने कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन दिया. अब इस डेटा से हम लोग मतलब कुछ पता लगा सकते हैं इसमें, है ना. यहाँ से मतलब अगर हमने सबका वेट लिखा हुआ है तो हम लोग उसमें से कुछ पता लगा सकते हैं कि मतलब कितने बच्चे हैं जिसका वेट मान लो कि मोर देन 30 kg है ना. कितने बच्चे जिसका वेट सपोज 40 kg से ज़्यादा है, इस तरह से निकाल सकते हैं, है ना. और ये भी दैट इज फ्रॉम दैट इंफॉर्मेशन वी कैन ऑल्सो फाइंड आउट कि मतलब किसका वेट मतलब ज़्यादा है. मतलब जैसे कि एक होता है क्या कि मतलब एक प्रॉपर एज में किसी का वेट मतलब कुछ होना चाहिए, तो समवन हैज मोर वेट. ओके, बट समवन हैज करेक्ट वेट, किसी समवन हैज अंडर वेट आल्सो. किसी का वेट मतलब क्या होना चाहिए, जितना होना चाहिए उससे कम हो सकता है, किसी का ज़्यादा हो सकता है, किसी का मतलब ठीक ठाक है. ओके, सो वी कैन फाइंड आउट ऑल दिस information by observing. Okay, by observing the weight, so we can get some idea. Okay, we can get some information by writing down the weight of all the students. Okay, so this kind of data is called, this kind of collection is called your data. Okay, so here और इसमें क्या होता है, डेटा हैंडलिंग चैप्टर में क्या होता है कि हम लोग मतलब in this exercise actually we observe. Okay, that is we observe the events. Okay, किसी भी events को हम observe करते हैं and then from that observance, when we observe something, then we analyze it and then we get some information, okay, and then based on that information we take some action, okay, in the future action. For example, suppose जैसे कि मतलब क्लास यू आर क्लास 6, ओके, एंड देयर आर 30 स्टूडेंट्स, ठीक है, तो इसमें क्या होगा, सपोज यू हैव गिवन द एग्जाम, आपने एग्जाम दे दिया सब लोगों ने, अब भाई अब क्या है कि इसमें मतलब सपोज बहुत सारे बच्चे फेल हो गए, ओके, दैट इज वी आर गेटिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन, है ना, हम लोगों को इंफॉर्मेशन मिल गया, क्या है कि नाउ मैनी स्टूडेंट्स हैव फेल्ड सपोज, अब हमको सोचना पड़ेगा कि मतलब फेल क्यों हुआ, कहाँ पर मतलब कमी रह गई है, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा, देन वी विल टेक द फर्दर एक्शन that we have to do this so that the performance of the students will increase, है ना, तो ये हो गया, तो यही काम मतलब इसमें होता है, डेटा एंट्री में यही काम होता है। और दूसरा काम क्या है, सपोज क्रिकेट का गेम हो गया, क्रिकेट, है ना, सब लोग क्रिकेट देखते हैं, ओके, सो एवरीबडी वॉचेस क्रिकेट एंड आई थिंक यू आल्सो लव watching the cricket when the India and Pakistan plays, okay, that is very good match. So when you see the match, then you will see many data on the screen, है ना, like for example suppose a player is playing and he is a batsman, suppose Virat Kohli is there, okay, he is a batsman, and then you will see the strike rate, है ना, उसका strike rate कितना है, so if the strike rate is very good, it means that he will batting for longer time, है ना, अगर उसका strike rate अच्छा है, इसका मतलब वो ज्यादा बना करके आउट हो सकता है, ठीक है, तो ये सब डेटा मतलब देखा जाता है। सो वी हैव ऑल द डेटा एंड देन मतलब जो भी डेटा है उसको देख करके हमको क्या करना है कि वी हैव टू टेक द इंफॉर्मेशन, और इंफॉर्मेशन ले करके फिर उसको मतलब हम लोग मतलब देखते हैं और मतलब डेटा में क्या है, और उसके बाद फिर मतलब आगे क्या करना पड़ता है वो हमको करना पड़ता है। सो दिस इज बेसिकली दिस चैप्टर, डेटा हैंडलिंग का यही काम होता है इसमें। तो यहाँ पर क्या है, जो पहला क्या होता है, द इनिशियल स्टेप ऑफ एनी इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज द कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा, मतलब इन्वेस्टिगेशन में आपने कहा है इन्वेस्टिगेट करना, मतलब इन्वेस्टिगेट मतलब हमको जांचना है और पता करना है, ओके, वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट इन एनी मैटर, जैसे कि एग्जांपल मैंने दिया, ठीक है, जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, क्लास का एग्जांपल दिया कि मतलब क्लास में बच्चों ने एग्जाम दिया और उसमें सपोज नंबर कम आ गए, तो नाउ वी हैव टू इन्वेस्टिगेट, है ना, हम लोग मतलब पता लगाएंगे मतलब कि नंबर कम क्यों आया हुआ है, कहाँ पर मतलब कमी रह गई है, ओके, देन वी विल एनालाइज द डेटा, ठीक है, मतलब किसमें कितना पढ़ाई हुआ नहीं हुआ, ओके, देन वी विल फाइंड आउट कि हमको क्या करना है। सो दैट इज द इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज द कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा। तो क्या करता है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन के पहले हमको डेटा को जमा करना पड़ेगा, ओके, वी हैव टू कलेक्ट द डेटा बिफोर that is, so it may be a collection of numbers, okay, that is, and now here directly come to this point, data, okay, information in the form of numerical figures, okay, information in the form of numerical figures are called data, like this here, this information is called data because all these information are in the form of numericals, मतलब number के form में लिखा हुआ है, so this is called the data, okay. So the literal meaning of data is known, and उसका literal meaning क्या होता है? What is the meaning of literal? That is the literal meaning of the data is known, facts or facts selected to draw some inferences. Okay. So there are two type of data. One is called the primary data, and other is called the secondary data. So what is the meaning of primary data? There are two types of data. Okay, remember that there are two types of data. Okay, there are two types of data, primary and secondary. तो primary क्या होता है? Primary data means that when we collect the data from the source, okay? जैसे कि suppose I am collecting, okay? I am collecting the data. Like for example, the weight of all the students, okay? Like I want to collect, or I want to know, or I am writing all the weight of all the students of your class. So here the data which I am getting is the primary data. मतलब जैसे कि like here I have got this data, okay. So here because I have asked you, okay, that is you are the source here because all the students are sitting in the class, okay. All the students are sitting in the class, right? And then I am asking you one by one that what is your weight, what is your weight, what is your weight, and everybody is sharing the weight, and then here I am writing. And then I have the data. So this kind of data is called the primary data, okay. And then you have the secondary data. Now what is secondary data? secondary data means that now suppose here I have collected this data, right? अब क्या हुआ कि मतलब suppose there is another teacher, तो उन्होंने कहा कि मतलब हमको क्लास 6 का बच्चों का वेट चाहिए, ओके? तो मैं बोलूँगा कि ठीक है, like here this is the data here, so take it here. So that teacher also, okay, that teacher also have got the data from that is for this class, okay, for this class. तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि वो जो टीचर है, okay, that teacher does not ask you the weight, okay, so he has just asked me and then I have given him. So that data, that is the data for that teacher will be the secondary data, okay, the same data will be the secondary data for that teacher, okay. तो ये मीनिंग इसका सेकेंडरी का. So here you are given the definition. You can read the data collected directly from the source is called primary data. For example, the data collected by Mr. Gupta in the primary data. यहाँ पर जिसमें example दिया हुआ है, you can see in the book. Okay. Then you have the secondary data. I explain you. Secondary means फिर से बता देता हूँ. जैसे कि यहाँ पर ये data मैंने लिया, okay, and here this data is collected directly from you by me. So this data is called the primary data. Now I have, that is someone has asked me to give the data for this class. That is they wanted to know the weight of the students of this class. Okay. So they asked me and then I have submitted this data to that person. So for that person this data will be called the secondary data because that teacher did not ask you directly, okay, that is he collected the data but not by the source, okay, by me. So that is why they are called the secondary data. So when the data is collected from an external source, it is called secondary data, ठीक है. So for example, the data collected from newspapers, magazines and internet is secondary data. Now here you have this recap exercise. So in this recap exercise, first question is the vertical line in a graph, okay, like you would have studied in class 5, okay, that is why here I will not explain this because again further I will explain what is the meaning of x-axis and y-axis here. So the vertical line in the graph is called y-axis. So the answer for this question is this is the place of blanks. So just listen it. The answer is y-axis. Okay. For the first question, the answer is y-axis. The horizontal line in a graph is called x-axis. Okay. The horizontal line is called x-axis. And question number 3, the collection of information in the form of numerical figures is called data. And now the question number 4 is here. Okay. In this, count the number of times each cell is shown below and represent the collected information using a bar graph. Okay. So here you have to draw the bar graph here, and I think you will see in the PDF. Okay. Here I have done this question in the PDF, so you will see in the PDF. Right. Now here in the question number 5. The bar graph shown here represents the favorite ice cream. So you will see, okay, see in the book. See in the book here, the bar graph shown here. Okay, see here you are given this bar graph. Okay, this bar graph is here. So represents the favorite ice cream flavors of a group of students. Okay, that is here. This bar graph shows this bar graph shows the favorite ice cream flavors. Okay, favorite ice cream flavors of the group of students. Based on the bar graph, answer the following question. Now look at the graph and then answer the questions. Find the number of students whose favorite ice cream flavor is butterscotch. Okay, find the number of students whose favorite ice cream flavor is butterscotch. Now see here in the figure here butterscotch, okay, and here this bar goes up to number 8 here. This is the vertical axis. This vertical axis is called the y-axis, and this is called the horizontal axis, and this is called the x-axis here. So here see that 8. Here this is the number of students, and this is the ice cream flavor here. So here it means that find the number of students whose favorite ice cream flavor is butterscotch. So here the number of students is 8. Okay, here in the question number 1, the question number 1, question number 5, 1, this is recap here. So the answer for this question, that is A is here 8. Okay, that is the number of students whose favorite ice cream flavor in butterscotch is 8. There are 8 students whose favorite flavor is butterscotch. And question number B, which ice cream flavor is favorite of exactly 5 students? Okay, which ice cream flavor is favorite of exactly 5 students? मतलब इसमें कौन सा जो आइसक्रीम फ्लेवर है वो 5 स्टूडेंट्स का फेवरेट है. So here you have vanilla. Okay, vanilla. Okay, so you see here that vanilla. This graph goes between 4 and 5. So there is here the answer is 5 in this case. Okay, that is in case this the which ice cream flavor, that is vanilla. Answer will be here vanilla. Vanilla flavor is the favorite of exactly 5 students. So this is the answer of this question, and you will solve the other questions similarly yourself, like question number 6. Okay. Now the next topic is here, that is the next exercise. Actually here the exercise 17.1. Okay, exercise 17.1. So now here we have the first is the organization of data. Okay, first is the organization of data. So what is the meaning of organization? First is the word organization. So the meaning of organization is what? That is when we focus on many things. Okay, and then we for example, you can understand by the example. For example, suppose here I have collected first I have collected. Okay, I have collected the weight of the students here, and also here you are given another students. Like here in this book you are given the example like the name of the students and the grade. Okay, so for example here a group of students of class 6 took part in a music competition. Okay, for example a group of students of class 6 took part in a music competition. Okay, there are some students who took part in the music competition, and then they got that is the judges. Okay, the judges gave some grades to all those students here. So the grades are written, and then here the grades are written like this here: 2, 4, 5, 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, and 5. So when you write the grades like this, then it does not make any sense to you. Okay. That is, it is not giving you much information to you. Okay, so here this is not useful much. But when you arrange the given grades in that tabular form, okay, like this table, number of students and grade, you write them from this student. You can find out many informations. Okay, like here, who got the highest grade, who got the lowest grade, etc. So we can get some information, okay, which will be meaningful to us. So this is this type of arranging the data is called organization. Okay, so and there are many types of, like here now you have the representation of data. Like how will we represent the data? So there is a pictograph. A pictograph, that is in this pictograph. This is there are two types here. You are given the pictograph and the bar graph. Okay, that is by using the two methods here we can represent the data. So first is the pictograph. A pictograph is a way of representing data using pictures or symbols to match the frequencies of different information or events. Okay, you can see here, like for example, here there is an example. Okay, like the ice cream sold. Ice cream sold on Monday and Tuesday. Suppose we will take only 2 days, right? Suppose on Monday, the number of ice cream sold is here 50. Okay, and on Tuesday, the number of ice cream sold is here 40. Okay, and then we can represent this by using the pictures. Okay, for example, here we will write here that Monday, and here it is 50. So we can make here ice cream like this. Four here figures and then here. Okay, so and on Tuesday, like this. So now what do you see here? That on Monday the number of ice cream sold is 15, and on Tuesday the number of ice cream sold is 40 here. Okay. So here on Monday, here we write this. That is here one figure. This one figure represents equal to how much here? 10 ice creams. Okay. That is this one picture represents 10 ice creams. So here you have 5 pictures here, means 5 10 are 50 ice creams. Okay, similarly here you have the 4 pictures like this, it means that 4 10 are 40 ice creams. So when you represent the data like this, then this kind of representation of data is called the pictograph. Okay. So here we have to choose the scale. Okay, here we will write that one ice cream cone here. This is the one ice cream cone. One equal to here 10 ice creams. So this is called the scale. Like that is one ice cream cone. Means this is equal to, that is this one picture represents 10 ice creams. And then we will draw those pictures in the copy, and then you can represent. Next is the bar graph. Okay, you know bar means khamba. Okay, khamba like pillars. Okay, so here we draw the pillars in our copy to represent a given data. Okay, so here to draw the bar graph, what do we do? Suppose here on Monday, okay, Monday 50 ice creams and Tuesday 40 ice creams. Suppose 60 ice creams are there. Okay, take only 3 days here. Okay, Monday 50 and Tuesday 40 and Wednesday 60 here. Now draw the bar graph for this. So this is how you draw. So here write draw a line like this here. That is this is the horizontal line and this is the vertical line. And this line is called the x-axis, and the vertical line is called the y-axis. Okay, and this is called the origin. Right? Now here it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here, and here you will write the days here. Okay. In this we will have 2 different days here, and here the number of ice creams. Here you will write number of ice creams upward here. So now you have here 60, 40 and 50 here. Suppose it is here 10, okay, 20, 30, here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60, then 70 and so on. Okay. So here when you have the graph paper, that is all these are drawn in a graph paper. you will see the graph paper, and then in that graph paper it will be easy to do this all this work here. So here 10, that is from suppose from this to this we have taken 10 units. Means that here from this to this we it remains the 10 ice cream. Then from here to here it remains 20 ice creams and so on. Now we will draw the bars. Okay. Now see here it is Monday 50. So here you will have this height. Okay. The height of this bar will be equal to here 50. Okay, this much. And here this is the width of the bar here, and this is the height. And the height of the bar is proportional to the frequency here. Frequency is this, that is 50, 40, 60. These are the frequency here. And the gap between the bars is also equal. Like this bar is here, and here you will write on Monday. Okay. Monday for this, and then again next is here 40, Tuesday here. So 40 is here. Okay, on this side here. So you will draw a line like this. So this is here Tuesday. And then here Wednesday 60. So this is 60 here. So it will come here. So this is Wednesday. Here we will write here Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday. That is on Monday the number of ice cream sold is 50. On Tuesday the number of ice cream sold is 40. On Wednesday the number of ice cream sold is 60, and so on. So, and here remember this, that these are the vertical bars. The width, okay, that is width of the bar must be equal. Okay, that is this and this all have the same width here, and height varies according to the frequency. That is, heights are proportional to the frequency. Okay, so this is the method of drawing this graph. This is the bar graph here, and there are many bar graphs in this book also. Now exercise 17.1. So the question number 1. In this question number 1, following are the number of family members in 25 families in a village. Arrange the given data in a tabular form using tally marks. Okay. Now here I will explain you what is the meaning of tally marks. Okay. So here following are the family members of the families of a village. So here we have to represent this data. So write number of family members. So here you will write the members, that is one column is here, number of family members, and then you will write the here tally marks. Okay. And then write here the frequency. Now to draw the line, and here like the family are here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And draw this line, and here like this 2, 3, because here there are 25 families here, and you have the number 2, 3, 4, 4, and 3, 5, 6, 4. Yes, that is the highest number is 7, and the smallest number is 2 here. Okay. Now see, the first is 2 here. Okay. And here you must be careful. Okay. Like here 2 is there first. So remember this 2, then put 1 bar here. Okay. 2. Then here comes 3. 3 here. So write here 3. That is 1 bar here. Then 5. Then 1 bar here. Then 6. Then 6 here. then you have the 4. Okay, that is like this 4, and then next 4 will be like this. Okay, cut. And then again one more 4 is here. Then you have 5, 5, 5, 5. Then you have 6, 6 here. Then 6, then 6. And then 7, 7. Then you have 4. Then you have 3, 3, 3, 3. And then you have 2. And then 5. That is here 5. And then again 4. So like this here. Now here count. That is here it will be frequency 2, and here 4, and 5 plus 3 will be here 8. Okay, that is here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this crosses diagonal is fifth number. So it is 5 plus 3, 8, and here it is 4, and here 5, and this is 2. Now when you add all this, then it should be here 25. Yes, it is 25. Okay, when you add then 25, it means that this is the correct tally marks. Okay, so this is the answer of this question, and in this way you will do all the questions here from, that is question number 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, all are similar questions, so you will do it yourself. Next is the question number 5. Question number 5. A survey was done in a school to find out different modes of transport used by students to travel to school each day. A survey was done. Survey का मतलब बताया था मैंने. Survey का मतलब क्या होता है? Survey का मतलब पता लगाना. Okay. Survey was done in a school to find out different modes of transport used by students to travel to school. मतलब क्या होता है कि जो बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं तो वो क्या स्कूल कैसे जाते हैं, मतलब कौन-कौन से गाड़ियों से स्कूल जाते हैं, या फिर क्या होता है कि they walk to school or they cycle to school, they use the scooters, they use the cars, they use the bus, they use the rickshaw, etc. Okay, so there are different means of transport. Okay, तो ये इसमें सर्वे किया गया है कि मतलब बच्चे किस तरीके से स्कूल जाते हैं. Okay, so here you have the mode of transport like cycle, scooter, car, school bus, walking. Okay, so here you have to prepare a pictograph with one circle, okay, equal to 100 students. So first prepare a pictograph. Okay, pictograph. तो पहले इसमें करते हैं. Here you are given the scale. यहाँ पर scale दिया हुआ है. That is one circle. Okay, one circle represents 100 students, right? So right here, mode of transport. Okay, mode of transport, and here number of students here. So this is the pictograph here. So you will draw. So this is the number of students, and this. So you have the cycle right here. Cycle. Then next is scooter. Then like car. Then school bus. Then walking. Right, then so you have there are 5 modes here. There 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have 600 year cycles. So here it will be, you have the 6 circles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because one circle means 100 students. ठीक है? That is why 6 circle means 600 students. Or next is scooter. Here you have 800. So draw here 8 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Similarly for car it is 1100. So here you will draw 11 circles. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 circles. So, and school bus here 9, so draw 9 circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And walking 1000, so you have to draw 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is the pictograph for this question. Okay, so you will draw the pictograph like this, and here because you are given the pictograph with one circle equal to 100 students. So here you have the scale, that is one circle equal to here, one circle equal to, actually this is circle here, okay, 1 0. This is not 10 actually, okay, it looks like 10, right? So here, right here, one circle equal to, right? One circle represents 100 students. So now we have to answer the question, which is the most popular mode of transport. मतलब इसमें सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद किया जाने वाला ट्रांसपोर्ट कौन सा है? तो इसमें सबसे पसंद कौन करते हैं लोग? कार, क्योंकि मतलब कार से सबसे ज़्यादा बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं. So here the answer will be car. This is A here, then B here, car. Then the question number C, which is the least popular mode of transport? मतलब सबसे कम पसंद किया जाने वाला ट्रांसपोर्ट मोड कौन सा है? तो साइकिल है. मतलब साइकिल से बहुत कम बच्चे स्कूल जाना चाहते हैं, राइट? सो हियर द आंसर इज साइकिल. CYCL. Okay. So this is the answer of this question. And similarly, the question number 6 is also pictograph. So here the question number 7. Paragraph in this given below is the information about the preferred brand of biscuits by a group of people. Based on this information, draw a bar graph, take an appropriate scale here. So here there are some brands of biscuits. Okay, here the brands are like brand A, brand B, brand C, brand D and brand E. Okay, these are the brands of the biscuits. मतलब अलग-अलग types के biscuits हैं, and the people who like these biscuits, like that is here the brand A. The brand A biscuit are liked by 25 people. Brand B 10, brand C 15, brand D 30 and brand E 5. So first here draw the bar graph, and we can take the scale here. So first draw the line. Okay, that is the vertical line by the scale. Okay, you will use the scale and draw the vertical line, or use the graph paper also, but I think you have to draw in the plain paper, right? So draw the vertical line and then draw the another horizontal line like this. This is called the x-axis here, and this is called the y-axis. Now here you can mark the points you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and so on. So here the highest number is 25 and the lowest number is 5. So here we can take the scale. For example, this is 5 here, 5, and suppose this is not here, take this as 10, okay? Okay, so here you will write that like here that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. And here suppose that suppose this is here 1 centimeter, okay? That is on this scale. Suppose here 1 centimeter, or take 2 centimeter here, it will be easier. That is suppose this is 2 centimeter, okay? 2 centimeter equal to here 2 centimeter represents 5 people. Okay, this is the scale here. Scale 2 centimeter equal to 5 people means that this is 2 here, this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. Okay, so it is 5 here, then 10, 15, and so on. And now this is the here horizontal axis, and in this we will write the biscuits here. Okay, this is the biscuit brand here, and on this here we will write the number of people. Number of people, and now draw the graph here. Now see, it is 25 here first, then you will take here the bar this, and then draw. You will take some width. Okay, that is, it is up to you how much width you will take. Okay, then this is the width here, and the height is 25 up to this here, and next is 25 then 10. Then here it is 10. 10 here, then next is 15, see here 15, then height will be here 15, and then you have 30, so it will go up to this height here, and then you will draw this bar 30, and then you have 5, that is this. So now see here, that is, this is the biscuit brand A, this is B, C, and D, and E. Okay, and you can shade this by using colors. Okay, so that will be attractive. Actually, the bar graphs must be attractive. So this is how you will draw the bar graph. Okay. So here the first question is, what does the graph represent? So this graph represents the activities of the students after school. तो स्कूल के बाद स्टूडेंट्स कौन सा एक्टिविटी करना पसंद करते हैं, दैट इज द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. ओके, एंड हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स वे आर सर्वेड हियर, दैट इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. मतलब कितने स्टूडेंट्स को यहाँ पर सर्वे किया गया, मतलब कितने स्टूडेंट्स से यहाँ पर पूछा गया. सो हियर वी विल राइट द आंसर फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर बी as here playing a musical instrument is 30 here. Okay, so 30. Next is reading books, how many? 60. So write here 60. Then painting is here 20. So write here 20. And next is swimming. Is how many are there? 25. Okay, 25. And then playing sports is 60 again. So now add all these numbers, then you will get the answer. Okay. That is a total of 195 students were surveyed. Okay, that is the answer of this question. Next is here, how many students were surveyed here? So a total of 195 students surveyed, and which are the two most popular interests of the students? So here reading books and playing sports. Reading books and playing sports. Okay, these are the two most popular interests, because the number are highest in the 60-60. That is why these are the two activities which are most popular for the students, and how many students read books after school. So there are 60 students, that is after school there are 60 students who love to read books. Okay, so this is the end of this exercise. Okay, and I hope you have understood all those which I have said. Okay, and you will do the remaining questions as your homework, and this is the end of this chapter also. Okay, so then thank you for watching.